I'm going to shut up a minute and you can listen to the noise. A diesel sounds like that. In 1997, the Prodigy released the single Diesel Power. And now, over 20 years later, I think Mazda have taken that song directly to heart. Yes, it's 2023 and diesel is still here. In fact, this has a 3.3-litre straight-six diesel engine. Mazda are using distribution-controlled, partially pre-mixed ignition. While that technology might sound rather complex, it's actually fairly simple. What it means is you can compress the fuel at a lower temperature, which in turn means you get more torque and efficiency for no drawback. All of this means that you can get 200 PS or 254 PS, depending on the spec, out of this car. Now that might not sound like a lot, but remember, this car has 450 Newton meters of torque, and that is the less powerful one. The 254 PS car develops a planet-tearing 550 Newton meters of torque. 550! And that's what we're in today. That's absolutely incredible, considering that the Discovery Sport as top of the range has 120 less Newton meters of torque. And it gets even better when you realize that the 2.2-litre diesel four-cylinder CX-5, that engine, that weighs about the same as the one that's in here. So join us as we take this beast for a drive. This is the CX-60 Diesel. So let's talk about the engine a little bit more. Starting with towing. 2,500 kilograms of trailer towing weight. I suspect that will feel like towing a feather on the back of this thing. Considering the 2.2 diesel and the CX-5 tows very well, this is certainly going to be better than that. Fuel economy at the time of filming is 56.5 miles to the gallon for the combined, and motorway and highway driving is 64.2. That of course can vary depending on spec, but if you've got the four-wheel drive version or the rear-wheel drive version, but still very, very good considering the car is nearly 2 tons and of course has a 6-cylinder engine. Part of the economy is down to the 48-volt mild hybrid that's under the bonnet of this car. This helps with everything from initial inertia to running various electronics in the car, running the car's electronic brain. So now you can turn the air conditioning on and feel guilt-free about your drive. Nothing, though, compares to how this engine feels when you drive. And we'll get back to that a little bit later. It's the last thing I want to talk about. And make sure you leave a like on the video if you haven't already. And hit the subscribe button. It helps out a lot. And it's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. The engine is connected to Mazda's brand new 8-speed automatic transmission, which I praised a lot in our previous video. And you know that if I praise it even more now because it feels like it suits this car even better, you must know how much of a big deal it is. It feels phenomenal. While acceleration can't quite match the petrol car, depending on spec, it's going to be between 8.4 and 7.4 seconds to 60, which really isn't that much of a slouch. It's actually very close to the Mazda MX-5, the sports car. Right, so here we are again. Long stretch of road in front of us and a secondary 360 camera so you can see me from there. But more importantly, you can also see the road in front of us. So here we go. So 7.4 seconds or there or thereabouts. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. There we are. That's 18, 24, 30, 40, 50, and that's 60. So there you go. 7.4 seconds to 60. Certainly could do that. And if I was on a grippier road, might even go quicker than that still. Very good, Mazda. Especially considering it's only got 254 PS. I say only. There you go. It sounds like I can't stop harping on about the engine, but honestly, this thing is absolutely incredible. I took one all of the way to Basingstoke and back again in a day, and it sat on the road perfectly. Every overtake, every bit of acceleration. The fuel economy was fantastic. Honestly, I can't praise it enough. It really is that good. But before we get onto the drive, which is I know the bit that everybody wants to see, let's talk a little bit about the specifications. Like the petrol, you get the exclusive line, the Homura, and the, what we're in today, Takumi. Hopefully I haven't pronounced Homura wrong, but if I say it in a funny voice, then that way at least people know that I'm just can't read. There is one more option though. There is a 200 PS rear-wheel drive version, which is on the exclusive line. And if you want the absolute full breakdown of specs, don't forget to check our video up in the top right-hand corner where we actually go through the petrol hybrid variant. But we'll touch on the highlights here for you, don't you worry about that. So the exclusive line, you get 18-inch grey metallic alloy wheels, front and rear parking sensors, front rain sensing wipers, LED headlights with auto leveling, and high beam control as well. That was tight. You get a reversing camera too, which is of absolutely superb quality. You get a power lift rear tailgate, a 12.3 TFT color instrument gauge cluster, which looks absolutely fantastic, very smooth and responsive, and you can have it like analog or digital, and you of course have a head-up display as well. You get black leather seat trim, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but don't worry if you're not a smartphone user, because you get 5 years of free sat-nav updates with the standard sat-nav as well. Of course you get cruise control, obviously you get dual zone climate control, and that's got rear ventilation for it as well. You get a 8-speaker sound system, you get blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, loads of other safety features, lane departure warning, smart keyless entry is also standard on the vehicle, and the exclusive line from the time of filming starts at £45,310, which for a car with, well, let's face it, a car park in the back of it, really isn't such a bad deal. And not only can you fit a mat in that boot, but you can fit a lot of other stuff as well, especially with the seats folded flat. The Mazda CX-60 Homura adds plenty of things. 20-inch black alloy wheels, for example, a different grille at the front, hands-free power lift tailgate, which means I can do all of this, impress your friends, and never spill anything out of your hands again. You get driver's seat, electric, tilt and slide, recline, height, lumbar support, all the rest of it. And the passenger has that as well, minus the tilt. You get front ventilated seats, which you can bet that I'm using right now. And of course, you get heated rear seats, heated rear outer seats as well. So now you can play the heated seat prank on your granny when you're taking her out for her Sunday lunch. You also get Mazda's driver personalization, which I think you can have 5 different settings for. So the car will move the wheel, the mirrors, the seat, the head-up display, everything to whoever's sitting in the car. And I'm not the only one who's impressed. John from Hornsbury Haylage, who allows us to film on his farm very kindly, had a little bit of a go himself, and he couldn't get enough.
Oh, that's really clever.
You also get a 12-speaker Bose sound system with a subwoofer, so you can have a concert in your car. And I'm not joking, it genuinely is probably the best sound system I've heard in a car under 100 grand. It is phenomenal. Like I said, I haven't been through everything, but the diesel Homura starts at £50,705 at the time of filming this. And if you believe that the Homura isn't enough for you, you can buy this, the Takumi. This adds a different grille again at the front, a pano sunroof, which is standard on this, and it's standard on the diesel. That's an option even on the plug-in hybrid model. And you get Nappa and wood interior. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot added over the Homura, but the interior is basically completely different. It feels light in here. It feels very high quality. And the price of the Takumi is around £1 grand more than the Homura. So actually, to be fair, considering the option for a sunroof is £1 grand anyway, quite a worthwhile thing to do, if you want one anyway. And the pack options are slightly different as well, the optional extras. For the exclusive line, which costs £1,400, again at the time of filming, you get 20-inch silver metallic alloy wheels, door mirror memory, driver monitoring, electric operated driver front and passenger seats, you get front seat ventilation, heated outer rear seats, and the Mazda driver personalization system. Essentially bringing a lot of stuff from the Homura down to the exclusive line. And then for all 3 of them, there is the driver assistance pack for £1,900. That's a lot of money, but it adds a lot of stuff. You get the 360 view monitor with see-through view. This basically gives you a complete view of where the front bumper is. It's awesome. You get QI wireless charging, Stephen Fry not included. You get door pocket illumination. In fact, you get illumination basically everywhere. It's like adding an illumination accessories pack to the car. You get rear privacy glass, cruising and traffic support, which kind of semi-steers the car for you. You get front cross traffic alert with that as well. Eye adaptive cruise control as well with that one. And you also get Mazda's radar guided cruise, and you get absolutely full adaptive LED lights as well. And finally, for a bag, as I mentioned before, there is the pano sunroof with the Amora as an option too. But now, the bit you've all been waiting for. Let's talk about the drive. The engine. It's magnificent. The torque on it is unbelievable. And when you think that it's going to end, it just happens more. So if I put my foot down, you can't because there's a tractor in front of me. You put your foot down, you get the thing, and then you get another one, and then off you go again. It's very exciting to drive. And then the gearbox that's paired with it seems to be able to handle all of that torque with no problem whatsoever. So you're still getting those smooth gear changes even though you're being jerky with the accelerator. And you don't notice the fact that you've only got around 250 PS in it because of all of that torque. The four-wheel drive system, as ever, is, well, most of the time it's sending most of the power to the rear. So that stops the back of the car squatting when you accelerate, and it means that whenever you lose grip on the front, then the front takes over, so you've always got grip everywhere. You feel so unbelievably safe. Imagine if you were at a set of traffic lights, or if you are at a roundabout. You need to get out quickly, okay? Giving you the confidence to do it makes you less likely to stutter and stall. It makes your journey more smoother. It makes you more relaxed when driving. The fact that this is a straight 6 and I'm doing more than 50 miles to the gallon is absolutely unbelievable. I'm gonna shut up a minute and you can listen to the noise. A diesel sounds like that. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the narrator from the video game Doom, when he's introducing the Slayer. No, that's not the sound of impending doom. No, that's just the sound of my diesel CX-60, giving me a big fat smile. It sounds good. I've never been excited over the sound of a diesel, and it's not intrusive either. It's not gonna give you a headache, or it doesn't do it all the time. As soon as you back off the throttle a little bit, it lightens up. But yeah, no, what a phenomenal drive. And then if you ever stop at a Mackie D's and you just want to sit there eating your burger, you notice that you have the most comfortable leather, the nicest feeling wood, a huge screen here. I mean, that's it really. If you want to drive one of these bad boys yourself, don't forget to give us a ring on the number on screen right now. Or of course, send us an email. If you want to see our previous video on the CX-60, which is over a year ago now, I think, click on the screen right now, and you should be able to be taken there, and away you go. Simple as that. And as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Helps out a lot, means that hopefully it will show up in your YouTube feed next time we do a video.